Welcome back, everybody, to more Europa Universalis 4 with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun. Did you place your bets last episode about who's going to win the great big religious war? Just in case you didn't see the last episode, this is what's going on. So, the little platinate, there we go, and every nation in green has declared on every nation in red to determine what the religion is going to be in the Holy Roman Empire going forwards. We're not involved. Britain's not involved. Lithuania's not involved. Other than that, every big European nation is involved in this. And we just didn't get involved because I didn't really see a point. All of our allies wanted the Catholic side, which is not what we would have wanted. So we just decided to sit it out and watch them mash each other. Make sure, if you're wanting to pick a side, who you think is going to win, get it in the comments below. Anyway, let's keep going and see what's happening. We can't really give it huge live commentary because we only see little bits and pieces of what's going on. Because we only have our own vision bubble and our allies' vision bubbles. So we can see, for example, here in Poland, they're kind of getting wrecked. Because Russia doesn't really have anywhere else to go with their 184,000 troops, which is wild. If we want to take a look in a different way, we go to the army stat, go in order. They have the biggest army in the game, not by much, the Ottomans are pretty close. But these two nations have massive armies compared to everybody else. Spain and I are then kind of in the B tier. And then there's another gap down to the Timurids, which aren't relevant in this right now. Austria, Poland, Britain, Morocco, Portugal, things like that. And then there's a big discrepancy to anybody else. The difference, though, is that Russia's massive, and other than Sweden, which is already getting fully wrecked, they don't have another target to go for. Remember, Lithuania's not involved. They're going to be very glad they're not involved, because if they'd been on a different side, oh boy. But we really don't want Poland to get absolutely smashed, because if we then get attacked by Spain and Austria, they're not going to join defensively, because they're going to be in too bad a shape. Oh, Austria just left the coalition. Well, that's polite and nice of you. So now what that would mean, if we declared on the papacy, which I don't think we're going to do right now for this reason, and nobody would join us, Spain would go in, but not Austria. I don't think Spain will stay in the coalition very long at this rate. Yeah, the Papal States have already left the coalition as well. They're just too busy dealing with World War Zero right now. We're not considered a very big priority. Yep, so Spain's the only nation left in the coalition right now. And as you can see here, we're not going to be attacking them directly. Morocco would jump in, which is cute. Britain would with a bribe. Oh, another ally has a leader with a bad trait. So they're malevolent, which is another penalty to accepting somebody's call to arms, which is unfortunate. We also know, based on this, that Spain has a colony down in Australia. They got Tierra Austral. Not that that will be hugely pertinent, but it's still not good for us. But yes, we're definitely not attacking Spain right now, because we would drag Portugal and Austria in, and that would be not so good. Austria's doing surprisingly well, too, considering when you look at this breakdown, the Ottomans are to their, round their border to the south. And they don't have a huge amount of places they need to go either, because Russia and the Ottomans are on the same side in this religious war. Well, the only time you're going to see them on the same side during a war. But they're not trying to knock 7 bells out of each other, and they're the two big stacks right now. So one would think that Austria would be biting the dust from the Ottomans, but it hasn't really happened. Oh, thank you for leaving the coalition, Spain. I appreciate it. We can totally go to war with the Papal States right now. We do not have to worry about this at all. So we're going to very quickly Do that. Do that. Stop drilling there. And we're going to leave one stack over here, just so we have it. Because at this point in time, we're going to turn our speed back down. Nobody's going to be getting involved that's of any danger, because they're too busy dealing with the giant religious war. So we're just going to go and eat the Papal State's last province while we pretty much can for free. Okay, pause. Declare war. Who would actually join? So, one province minor. Not a one province minor, but not relevant. One province minor, one province minor, one province minor. I'm seeing a theme. And that theme is everybody's going to get wrecked except me. And I like that theme. And rather conveniently, because of the religious war, I don't have to ask for open borders because everybody has them kind of by default in this scenario. So I can just wade through and take advantage of that as well. It's how very kind of them. Iron ore quality problems. More expensive horses and infantry, not relevant. We're not going to be building more troops right now. Goslar's pieced out with Austria, that's fine. Oh dear, Poland is really starting to struggle now. If Poland could get wrecked quickly enough to peace out without losing everything, that would be the best solution for them right now. They can take some time to recover while the rest of the war goes on. But that doesn't tend to be how the AI does things. Oh, there's some Hungarian separatists. Yeah, Austria is definitely having rebel issues. I wish it wasn't Poland that was trying to deal with it for them, but not much I can do about it. We'll get to you, Saxony. You know, I can see your 13k stack over there, not knowing what to do. We can get another idea. Oh, we can get another merchant. Yeah, we should do that. Get another merchant, more piecing going out. Where do we want this merchant to go? So at the moment, even though it's not very efficient, we're actually collecting from 2 different trade zones. Shouldn't really do that, but it's just how this game has gone for us. It would make some sense for us to transfer from Alexandria, because this will make the Ottomans poorer as well. That is sieged. Let's go and sit on Dresden. And if we can try and cycle a little bit of money away from the Ottomans, that would work for me. I would like to see that. Because right now they're pulling more than... well, about half the money in the entire trade node is getting pulled over to them. We have 37% control, though, so now we're pulling nearly half of the trade value away. Yes, it's going over here, which isn't ideal, but we have so much trade power in Ragusa compared to anybody else that hardly any of it's escaping. I don't want to piece Silly out yet, in case I get black flagged. There's the war goal. That has been taken. This stack can just go and sit back in our territory. It doesn't need to do anything. Oh, that was very nice of them to get involved in this horrible war across most of Europe, isn't it? It worked pretty well for us. Man, I wish Poland would just peace out, though. The AI gets incredibly stubborn during this religious war for the Holy Roman Empire. Intentionally, they don't want nations just to capitulate immediately. They get, is it something like a -50 penalty to piecing out? It's some big number. The only thing that is going to come out of this that I don't like, really, is just the fact that Austria is probably going to convert a lot of small nations back to Catholicism. It's not a huge deal. It's just annoying. And yes, we are just beating up that stack because we can. We really didn't need to do that. We can't convert Saxony, it's too big. We don't get any development out of pillaging them, so I'm just not going to bother. Let's just take money off them. War reparations. Yep, that's fine. I don't need anything else off them. Nothing else really to get off them, in all honesty. We might as well piece out Silly as well. It's not like I'm going to take... Oh, that would annoy... That would really, really annoy Austria if I vassalize Silly. We probably shouldn't do that. It would be funny, but it's not the right thing to do. War reps and money, thank you kindly. I don't know what side of the war they're on. Oh, they're not involved. Nice. They're Protestant, good for them. Augsburg is now sieged out. Yeah, and I'm not missing anybody. Okay. We knew this was going to be a nice, easy war. Oh, France. I'm surprised we've not had more rebels. I don't want to pillage them, so that's peace. No, I don't want to attack Ingolstadt. Although it's interesting. Austria won't defend them because they're at war with Ingolstadt. So that's another thing we could potentially do if we wanted to. We'll have a look at that afterwards and see what our aggressive expansion looks like. Because, yes, Austria can't defend a nation from a foreign, outside the Empire nation if they're already at war with them. We're going to break their alliance with Austria just because we can. Okay. So, in terms of what do we have left to do? We have Salzburg we need to siege out. They're a level 5 fort in the mountains. That's why they are by far and away the slowest. Not in a huge rush. It's just, if anything, it's helping tick down some of our aggressive expansion. What does that number even look like right now? Spain's at 33, Austria's at 33. Nobody else seems particularly perturbed. Well, other than these two, but who cares? And Milan, but again, who cares? Apart from these three nations I'm ignoring, nobody cares. Oh, Poland is getting Franced. Yeah, they have no manpower left at this point. Oh, the rebels in Austria fired again. Now, can you... No, you can't support rebels while the rebels have broken out. Okay. Wasn't sure how that worked. I don't support rebels that often. Truth be told, unless you go for espionage ideas, it's usually not worth doing. But again, we're not going to go and defend these rebels because right now that's just a death wish. There's just way too many troops out there. But this is... I was hoping it would waste Austria's troops, but Poland keeps trying to be heroic for some reason and keeps helping Austria clear their rebels when they are getting wrecked. That makes no sense. We are learning about a lot of parts of the map right now that we do not care about. 2 for peace. War reparations. We could pillage these guys for a couple of development points, but again, not worth it for the aggressive expansion you're going to get. At least not in my mind. So we'll just piece them out. At this point, we are at 100% war score. So as soon as we get our diplomat back, like that... Yep, unconditional surrender. They will give us anything and everything we want and everything they have. So taking out... I guess I might as well just piece these guys out together. It'll give us 32 aggressive expansion. It would put Austria and Spain back into coalition range. Just. But they're not going to join a coalition right now because, well, they're at war and they have far bigger issues. So we're going to eat those 2 provinces. It's another fort. Another rubbish fort, for good measure. which place are you going there? So you're going to go here. Get these cord. Not very expensive. So, the next piece to our puzzle. We can't declare on Milan because we have a truce with them until 1591. That would be awesome, but no. We're clearly not going to declare on Austria directly because we'll die. We're clearly not going to declare war on Spain directly because we'll die. Although it's funny, if we declare on Spain, Britain and Morocco will jump in right now. We're still clearly not going to do this, but it's interesting. We would still lose, and probably lose horribly. We're not going to attack Toulouse, partly because we don't have a CB against them. But again, we don't want to do that right now. They're being defended by Spain. So we need to try and find a nation in the Holy Roman Empire, like, say, Switzerland, that Austria absolutely hates or is at war with. So if we attack Switzerland right now, they're an open goal. Really, the only issue with this is there's not really a huge amount of land of theirs that I want. Only Chum, and Chum, as you may have noticed, is stripy already. So unless we can get lucky and have a random stack de-siege that for us, that's not going to work. We can't go after... Oh. If we wanted to try and take Russia on by ourselves, we could attack Ragusa, but that is a terrible idea. Even with them at war in the War of Doom. Still a bad idea. Yeah, we're definitely not doing that. But it means we don't really have a great target to use this time with. It's really a shame. And it's all caused by the fact that Austria broke everything by eating all of the land on Earth. So we have this perfect time period to attack somebody, but we have nobody that we can attack. Oh, that's not true, is it? We could attack Tunis. So attacking Tunis is dangerous because we don't have very many transports. And I didn't think this was going to be an option. Okay, so the way that we would do this then, because I think that is the perfect plan. We want to ask for fleet rights with Morocco. We're going to open borders with Morocco, and we're going to grab our troops and drop them over here and walk them across. That way we don't get the crossing penalty. Yeah, that's definitely how we're going to do this. So we're going to tweak how we're planning this a little bit. So this stack's going to come over here. This stack's going to come here. This one's going to stay in place and drill. That's fine. These guys are coming up here, and we want to take our trade fleet now. Probably put it... That's here's fine. And I'm going to have them upgrade. Tunis has quite a lot of troops. Go away, Austria. We need to upgrade these. It's going to be really expensive. Yeah, 483 gold. Yikes. Good investment, though. So they're just going to heal up. They'll take their time. We need to split our troops as economically here as we can. So you're going to stay there. Split, that's going to be 8. I wish there was a way of specifically splitting them into 8,000 stack, 10,000 stacks, but there isn't. At least, if there is, I don't know about it anyway. So we're going to take this, chop it, and do it in half. That's 2 10s. Then we have a 13 and a 7. We're in no rush at this point anyway. We're gathering morale, so it's not a big deal. We want to get... Close, combine. And then split. Now we've got 4 stacks of 10. And then we want to combine these. We're just going to pick 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10,000. These 7 are just going to come over here. So now we've got 50,000 in small stacks. We want to ask for military access. Thank you. And the AI, I'm sure, is going to be stupid about this. But I want them to come over here. So let's see if they're going to be dumb about it. Or more relevantly, how dumb are they going to be about it? Because this is the AI, and it doesn't understand naval travel for some reason. It's a lot better than it used to be, but that's not a high bar to clear. Oh, do I have to declare war on them first? I probably do, don't I? Let's do that. I'm not going to bring Morocco in. I do not want to do that. We're going to put the claim on Tunis. And they're not going to come after this 41 stack of ships. We might crash into them by accident, but they're not going to go out of their way to attack us. We should have a way better navy than them. We may not have a massive amount of numbers on them, but we should have more than enough in terms of quality. We have a 6533 leader in there, so we're going to steal him and have him... we'll just use this guy, actually. We can have him teleport over, and it's stupid that you can do that, but you can. We're going to wait for a few more troops first. I'm not worried about them coming over and, say, sieging Malta, because they'll spend so long doing it that it's not an issue. To the point where I'm tempted to just throw a bit more money at that and get it built. There you go. That'll waste even more of their time. How many troops they have? 34,000. They are military tech 15, though. So that's competitive with us. They have a like 29,000 stack there, so I'm not going to rush in and just get killed for no reason. This 30k stack, though, should be enough to at least do something with. Meanwhile, what's going on in this War of Doom? Is Austria still... Yeah, Austria is now at plus 20 war score. Poland somehow has still not been pieced out, despite the fact that about 80% of it's been sieged. Then again, France is still in this war, and they've been sieged fully since about 10 minutes after it started. Yep, let's get over there. It is a highland, so we are going to get a penalty. But the penalty's not too bad. It's going to be really convenient to have some land potentially on the north coast of Africa. We are going to have cultural issues with it. But it's going to be a nice launch pad to get at Spain from another... You know, we want to get Spain on another side that way. This stack can... Oh, Lord. This stack can act drunk while I don't press the right buttons. I meant do that. This 41 stack can now come and sit in place to help us with the siege. And our trade ships are available, so they're going to come and sit next door. We're going to watch very, very closely, because they do have quite a lot of galleys. And they have 3 heavies, and that would definitely hurt this 30 stack of light trading vessels. But I'm trying to tempt them out to then wreck them, so I don't have to deal with anything from their navy going forwards. And we also don't want to invite Morocco in here, even though it would make our life a lot easier. We don't want to do that, because then Morocco's going to demand a whole ton of land I don't want to give them. You can sit in place for now. Don't want to put everybody and their mothers on that siege because the attrition will be appalling. And perfect. Siege completed. Nice and quick. What do we have to siege first? Kef. Okay, we'll get Kef. That can go to Hodna. That's a wasteland. We probably want to go here. I wish the wastelands looked more obvious from a glance. Yeah, they don't have the black borders, so I get that they're different, but they're not different enough for an unobservant person like me. Yeah, that's a lot of sieging going on in Europe right now. Very nice of them to be occupied. Where is this stack going? Nowhere. So I need to watch for that. Social reform. Sure, why not? Caught that sneeze before it was on recording. If you're wondering why it's veering to the left there. Didn't want to sneeze in your ear. We've been a loud one too. Yeah, we're going to put those two 10k stacks together then, just in case they get brave with their main army. We can move this stack around now. It seems even with just 30 light ships, they are not taking the bait. Oh well, not a big deal. Oh, Switzerland. Oh. Chum got given to Milan. If that had not have happened, then there would possibly have been a window to take that as well, hence I left a stack here. But, oh well. You can't get everything you want. They're still only winning a bit in that war, though, but here's the thing. They're piecing nations out that they're fully sieging, which is why it doesn't look like they're winning as much as they realistically are. Pretty sure that we know that it's going to be Catholicism that wins the war of the religion at this point, but we'll still follow it along, see what happens. Then you're probably confident enough to be paying out the people that thought Catholic would win at this point, but we'll watch it till the end, you never know. Okay, that siege of Kef is now done. We're going to go and bounce this stack. And our shorter stack is likely going to connect first. But yeah, not by much. And this should be an absolute smashing. Yeah. Full stack wipe. And they have no more troops whatsoever. So we want to get that stack over to Tunis. And we want to start not fully carpet sieging, because they're clearly going to sport, you know, they're clearly going to create more units. But we can now start breaking this up a little bit. There is a level 2 fort over there. So maybe what we'll do with 2 of these is combine them and start sieging that out. Where is it? Fezzan? Okay. You don't need a lot of troops to siege out a level 2 fort inland. That'll be fine. How many ships do they have? 46, and they're all there. So now we don't have to play coy. We can just sit in one pile. There's not enough ships here to attrition. I don't remember how the calculation for that's done navally. I guess the other thought is, do we want to go for military tech 16? Yeah, we do get the early penalty. But you do get new artillery off it. No, I think we'll wait. We're not in a rush this time. Our innovation is at 81.6, which is massive. It caps at 100, so we're really not that far away. You guys can probably split in half again, that'll be fine. I just have to pay attention, which admittedly is not my specialty. As you can see, there's a 1000 stack. Tunis has just been sieged out. So this stack can also split up a bit. And the stack that's not moving can come, I don't know, down here maybe. We'll be doing the same thing that we did before, in that we will just be accumulating all our troops together and splitting them into equal-ish stacks afterwards, so I'm not that worried about microing it. This will be a big bloodbath in the sea, too. So we have slightly more morale, but here's the thing. Our combat width is massive. So they have 40, we have 65. And that's caused by the fact that our leader at sea, our admiral, just has so much maneuver. And yes, it is important, like I said before, when you're talking about generals, but it is way more important when you're dealing with the sea. You can take that out. Yeah, we still want to pay attention. We don't want to spread too thin. We want to throw our stacks in there for healing, because we'll be able to get that monthly tick of healing. We can then send our troops back out. Our peace treaty with Milan has just expired, which is awesome, but I'm a bit busy right now. Tunis wants to peace us out already, and they will give us a lot of stuff. Now, we're probably going to do an identical offer to that, but I want to see what we have for options. So if we just go with claims alone, just to start off with, how many provinces is this, and how angry is everybody going to get? So that's, oh my god, it's a lot. It's 136 aggressive expansion. Oh wow. Okay, here's the interesting thing though. The Ottomans don't get coalitioned with this, which is kind of hilarious. And I like this. I can take all of our... So here's the thing, I could leave intentionally one of the claims open, so I can just keep attacking them, but we can get the claim. That's not very difficult. No, I'm fine with that. And I'm just going to take money so we get to 100 war score. Yeah. Not over 100% overextension. That's a lot of land. We just completed a mission. African Proconsulaire. I probably didn't pronounce that correctly. Proconsular? I've never even seen that word before. Anyway, what it means is we get more naval tradition for 20 years and cheaper ship maintenance. For the next mission, we have to befriend Ethiopia, which might be easier said than done because I don't even know if it exists. I don't know about that one. All right, let's get... That one trade ship does not need to be with everything else. You can go back. Everything else combined together. Protect trade. Try Alexandria. What we need to do here is combine all of our troops together somewhere with a pretty high supply limit. We might have a hard time finding one because the whole reason why we could take so much land there is there's not a huge amount of development. So we're going to go up here and split them up. What we are not going to do for now, though, is send all of these troops back to the mainland, because we're going to need them down here. Like, that is an absolutely for sure. We're over our governing capacity again as well. Our overextension's at 98%. A couple of these provinces does not have a path to a cored unblocked port. That's fine. We'll be able to deal with that. That's not a big deal. It's telling me that these two can't be cored right now because I don't have a path to it from the sea. But that's fine. That's not a big deal. Why did our extension just go over 100? That's bad. So you're going to see probably what happens when your overextension goes above 100. And it's why I was trying to avoid it happening. We might as well take this event. Otherwise, I'm going to forget to do it anyway. Yeah, going above your limit for overextension of 100 is really, really bad. Let's see if we get any of those terrible things to happen. Bad reputation, that's part of it. Minus 25 prestige. Pretty gross. Definitely not the worst thing you can see, though, in this scenario. Europe is still on fire. Just Gonna be on fire forever, I guess. We have over 5,000 gold again. We could upgrade the Malta forts again. We could go for the Santa Maria del Fiore, Doge's Palace. We're definitely not going for the Milanese option. I don't need the Splendor right now. We're sweet enough as it is on that front. Doge's Palace, I think, is the way to go. It's expensive, but it's fine. Oh, France rejected peace with Austria. So they've been, listen, they've been carpet sieged for about maybe 4 or 5 in-game months after this started, and they still won't peace out. It's really quite funny. Yes, I know, people are going to coalition us. It's fine. We didn't really have as many troops out here as I originally thought. But yeah, we only did bring 50,000 over. There we go. So we do have a fort over here in Kef, which is why we don't have to really prioritize protecting that province, but we're going to want to protect down here. So Sweden had to give a couple of provinces... Oh my word. Oh dear lord. Okay. So all the gains that Sweden got from Poland attacking the Livonian Order has been reversed and then some. So Sweden's a 1-province minor at this point. And the fact that Russia is even bigger than before is absolutely terrifying. It pretty much is Sweden and half of Norway at this point. And given they're not allies, I wouldn't be surprised if they start eating Denmark later too. We're pretty much capped out for military power, so I guess we'll just take it anyway. Gives us a new choice of artillery. We'll get the chambered demi-cannon, because it's the only choice we've got. Still can't call these guys. Carlo Petrucci. Giving us a great event. We don't need the prestige, so let's just take 50 admin and 50 diplo points. We might get lucky here and get away without getting the horrible overextension event. Because a couple of them are really, really close to being done. We have the option of getting metallurgy again. I'm going to wait for now. Wait until maybe next year, get another 10% off. Metallurgy is not an idea level, is it? No, no, it's not. What's the next idea level anyway? Level 18. Oh, we're a little bit away from that. Do the Ottomans have 120? Yeah, they have 122 ships sitting in the same sea zone. That's terrifying. Maybe we'll move this a couple across. Yeah, it probably makes more sense. A lot of their territory here is coastal desert, so the supply limit's not great. So, this is what I wanted to see here. So France has finally been pieced out against Austria. And they lost 1, 2, 3, and 4 provinces to Orléans. It lost 2 to Auvergne, 1 to Austria itself, which was Rheims, which isn't great. They had to release another country, Alencon. So France at this point is a non-entity, really. So they had to release this one province minor. Paris is isolated. And Orléans is massive. But interestingly, not allied to Austria anymore. They're allied to Portugal. That's interesting. I might be able to work with that. Yeah, no kidding, Great Britain doesn't think France is a rival anymore. 77 turns, that's fine. What we will definitely want to do, so at the moment, we have parish registers, which is awesome. Well, it will be, but they're not very useful for us right now, but I'm keeping it so I don't forget that we have it as an option. We're probably going to want to sacrifice morale. Actually, we're going to do it now so I don't forget. Get rid of morale. It's interesting, we do have some different options. Like, priests may marry, very interesting. If you're really worried things are going to hit, poop the bed right at the end. We do also have the ability to reduce our aggressive expansion impact, but it's only 5%. It's not that much. So, eh. This must be a tweak. I don't remember seeing a couple of these things. I like them, though. I like what I'm seeing. I want the option of missionary strength +1. Because when you're trying to convert Sunni, it's much, much more difficult. It is a much more naturally resilient to conversion religion than any of the Christian faiths in this game are. Even Orthodox, which is more difficult than the standard. Oh, Austria's finally starting to get sieged out. They still have 51,000 manpower. What is going on? Spain still looking fine. Yeah. Spain's got the best of both worlds here. They were able to get involved in this war, but because they're on the proximity of the continent, they really don't have to do anything. Whereas the Ottomans, because they border Austria, are really getting smacked around a bit. Poland never peaced out either. Yeah, it's starting to turn on Russia, actually. What is going on? This war's wild. So Russia's starting to get sieged out now, and Poland is de-sieged. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And we are below 100%, so what can happen when you're above 100% overextension? You can have multiple provinces get +15 unrest, and it's pain. But we didn't have one of those. We just had a 25 prestige penalty, which I'll take. Trade ideas. More trade steering. Yes, please. Sign me up. We're only one idea away from finishing this trade group. You get another merchant when you complete it. So that's 3 in total. More caravan power is nice. I'm just happy to get another option in terms of our policies, because right now one of them sucks. So we'll be doing something else. Anyway, this episode's gone on and on. I was hoping this war in Europe may be done by now. We could check. Tune in next episode, I guess, and we'll see who does win, because it's slowly starting to turn into Russia and the Ottomans having a hard time. Didn't really see that coming, but anyway, we'll see more next episode. I appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.